Akyıldız.
Yes, I'm here. I'm ready.
Okay.
But I don't
That's
know
wonderful.
I know the PowerPoint.
You can upload that PowerPoint. As I have said before, you should send your PowerPoints up to yesterday night. So since you didn't send your PowerPoint, this means that you will just talk.
Only
The
I
floor
will
is
talk,
yours.
huh?
The floor is yours. You can present. You can make your presentation, and we can hear you. I can give you chair here. Please come and sit and make your presentations.
Okay, I will do it now. How can I sit there?
Try to see a green circle on the chair. Go
Yeah.
a little back.
Okay, huh?
Ah, wonderful. Wonderful.
Okay. Now I think I have to start now, Professor, isn't it?
Yes, you can start.
Nazlıcan'ın joined.
Maybe later than you, after you.
Okay,
But
okay.
I
Now
cannot hear.
I will try.
Yes.
I will.
The floor is yours, please, sir.
Okay, may I start now?
Yes, please, you can start. Professor
Okay.
Akyıldız, you can start.
Okay. I will now. I will. Now I will talk about the migrant workers and their families' social rights, about their social rights and to access the social service and health service and the other human right factors. I prepared the document, provides an overview of the policy measures, the normative framework, and ongoing plan to knowledge products, capacity building, and technical advisory services supporting the extension of social protection to migrant workers and their families. Social security is a basic human right enshrined the Universal Declaration of Human Rights in 1948 and is at the heart of the 1944 Declaration of Philadelphia, Article 3F, of which recognizes the ILO's mandate to promote the extension of social security measurements to provide basic income to all in need of such protection and comprehensive medical cares. As early as the founding the International Labour Organization in 1919, the preamble to the ILO Constitution recognized the importance of protection of the interests of workers when employed in countries other than their own. To fulfill this mandate, the ILO has developed a comprehensive body of standards aimed at guaranteeing the social security rights of all workers, including migrant workers, based on the overarching principle of equality of treatment and non-discrimination. Access to social protection for all, including migrant workers and their families, is also among the priorities of the United Nations 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development. In addition, the 2018 Global Compact for safe, orderly, and regular migration recognized the importance of protecting workers across border and ensuring their access to social protection, including by social protection floors and ensuring the portability of three entitlements and earned a benefit. However, despite some progress, 1.1 billion individuals worldwide currently have no access to social protection benefits. This includes many migrant workers and their families who face challenges in accessing social protection owing to weak social protection system in general and also to restrictive and discriminatory legislation, a lack of social security agreements, and administrative and practical hardness. Universal social protection system and international cooperation and coordination are essential to protect migrant workers and their families. However, an ILO mapping revealed that international laws provide for equality of treatment between nationals and non-nationals with regard to contributory social security is only 70 of 120 countries. This is the bad situation for migrant workers and for international labor organizations as studies. The relevant international labor standards include these followings. I will tell you by some steps. The Social Security Minimum Standards Convention 1952 is the international flagship of Convention of Social Security. It defines the 9 branches of Social Security and includes in Article 68 the principle of equality of treatment between nationals and non-national people. The Social Protection Floor Recommendation 2012 number 202 is an important tool for the extension of social protection to migrant workers and their families within comprehensive and adequate social security systems. Members should provide basic social security guarantees at least at all residents and children as defined in national laws and the regulations. And thus, these guarantees should be provided at least to migrant workers with residence status.
Ömer Hocam, have a seat, please. Sorry for
To
interruption.
children irrespective of their status and that of their parents or guardians. Sorry, I could not understand.
No problem. Sorry for interruption. I have said Pınar Hocam may have a seat.
Okay, I will try for 15 minutes. I will try to complete. The Equality of Treatment Social
I know
Security
you can do it.
Convention. The Equality Treatment Social Convention 1962 number is 118 recognizes the cornerstone principle of equality treatment between nationals and non-nationals and provides the ratifying cells should aim to establish through the bilateral or multilateral social security agreements the coordination, the conditions for the maintenance of acquired rights and rights in the course of acquisition. The other item, the Maintenance of Social Security Rights Convention 1982, number 157, enshrines, among other elements of principle of maintenance of acquired rights and provisions of benefits abroad. It also provides for the maintenance of right in the course of acquisition. Unlike Convention number 118, Convention 1567 requires a ratifying state to accept the obligations for all branches of Social Security and exist in that state. Convention 157 is supplemented by the maintenance of Social Security rights recommendation 1983 number 167, which includes a model Social Security agreement. The other item, the Equality of Treatment Accident Compensation Convention 1925 number 19, and 13 is the most widely ratified ILO Convention on Social Security and is one of the founding international labor standards for the coordination of Social Security. It requires that state parties grant nationals of other states who suffer an employment injury on their territory and also their dependents the same treatment as they grant their own nations, nationals without any condition residence. The another item, the Migration of Employment Convention, revised at 1949, number 97, and the Migrant Workers Supplementary Provisions Convention, 1975, number 143, and the related recommendations are Migrant Specific Standards 14 that include provisions promoting equality of treatment between nationals and non-nationals with respect to Social Security. It defines at Article 6 of Convention 97 and Article 9 and 10 of Convention 143. So, in the Convention 143 extends the principle of migrant workers whose status is irregular to respect to rights arising out of past employments. At least the development and implementation of unilateral measures by countries of origin or destination is another option to extend social protection to migrant workers and their families. To ensure the comprehensive social protection coverage of migrant workers or to fill the protections gaps owing to a lack of bilateral or multilateral social security agreements or to the limited coverage provided by such agreements, countries may unilaterally implement contributory or non-contributory measures based on the principle of equality of treatment. Yeah. The office, it means ILO, International Labour Organizations, is updating the mapping of national laws and policies relevant to migrant workers' social protection. This mapping will provide useful information for the ratification campaign for Convention 102 and to promotion of the key principle of equality treatment. The office has further developed in additional model to the ILO Social Security Inquiry aimed to systematically collecting information to coverage of non-nationals in social protection schemes and programs. The office is piloting the model of selected African countries and providing capacity of building on data collection to these countries and the East and Central Africa Social Security Association. Furthermore, the office has developed regional and national assessments of the state of social protection for the migrant workers for the migrant workers a global brief on COVID-19 response measures on concerning migrant workers' right to social protection, 20 end research on impact of COVID-19 on migrant workers at, for example, Madagascar, Morocco, and Tunisia. That studies are realized to support the future policy from and dialogue. At least what are the United Nations and the International Labor Organizations tries to build large mass capacity, and they prepare the program for capacity building. The office will step up its efforts to build constituents capacity and raise their awareness of ILO instruments relevant to social protection for migrant workers, and to provide practical guidance of how to extend social protection to migrant workers based on the principle of equality of treatment, including how to develop and implement inclusive national legislation and bilateral or multilateral social security agreements. They are trying to create some agreements with all countries, the countries around the world. At least I would talk on a table, but unlucky I cannot do it. But I can give you a small brief for the table. There are on this table there are approximately 18 conventions, and there are 3 recommendations there are in this table. There many of country, we can say more than 70 countries, agrees with ILO and United Nations about the migrant workers and their families' social security and access to health services. But here I want to tell you very important one fact. This is Turkish government, our state, we can say. Only we approved only the three conventions of these 18 conventions of about migrant workers. As you know, that there are many migrants and refugees there are in our countries, but we don't know exactly how many there are. Some official bureaus, they says now it is more than 4 million. Some others says that's 10 million. Any other says 13 million. That exactly we don't know how many there are. But we know there are very much. And approximately 95% of migrants in Turkey, they are poor people. Very poor people. They are working in very less salary, but anyhow, they are lucky about what the government arranged them to access the health serving. That's all. I mean that Turkish government needs to approve the other conventions of International Labor Organization and United Nations. Thanks you for listening to me. If there are any question, I'm here, Mr. Dear Teacher Sabri Hocam.
Thank you, Professor Akyıldız. I have wrote to the chat board also. If anyone have any question, they can ask from there, but there is no question right now. As you know, If there is no question, this means that the concept is well understood.
No, I think they're just the opposite. But unlucky, I
Maybe
could
the
not
opposite, but
show the table to people. But I'm here
we accept
if after.
the opposite one.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay. Meanwhile, Professor Akyıldız has many studies on migration and also overseas HAs in Turkey, and especially the Syrian and just not immigrants, also refugees, right? Akyıldız?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We study together with you also. I don't forget that 2019.
Canımsın. Okay. We can go on with Nazlıcan. If Nazlıcan is ready also. Nazlıcan?
Hadi.